Hi guys, I'm Lifetime and I welcome you in my creative lab. Girls are showcasing some self-sewn, hand-painted t-shirts by the way. My knitted projects for smart dolls appear to be one of the most favorite content on my channel, and I decided to make a full-time review video about my knitted projects of past winter. So let's get started.
These are all of my knitted projects of winter 2023-2024, and I'm gonna talk about them in comparing, starting with this coffee with milk and mint syrup outfit. And it carries its name because of the composition of cocoa, skin tone, mint, and beige colors in this outfit, which I have knitted for Relentless Cocoa skin tone right before the Christmas when she has arrived. It was extremely cold here and I wanted for her something nice and warm. The outfit contains dress, socks, hat, and baby Yoda toy. It was the first ever knitted dress. I have never knitted things like this in my entire life and I knew nothing about it. I only had theories. And I decided to knit it from bottom to top. And by my experience, I resume it was the best decision I could make. Because the next knitted projects I was knitting from top to bottom, and it appeared to be a way more complicated. Because when I was knitting bottom up, I had to simply calculate the full width of the body and the full width of the sleeves, and then put the pattern inside of it. When I knit top down, I have to calculate many things at once, like pattern, the increase in length of the back, the raglan, and other stuff, and it's a way more complicated. Sometimes I had to reknit collar like 5 times because I have miscalculated something. So I find top down the hardest way of knitting sweaters. Going back to the first dress, it has pattern only on the sleeves and the front because I wanted to knit it faster. It was knitted to fit classic bodies, but I think it has enough width to fit peer bodies as well. And I don't know it yet because I don't have a peer body. Tea Rose Hearts outfit I made specially to fit both classic and peer bodies. Most of the width is hidden here in ribs, and previous dress is much less stretchy. And here you can see that this dress fits classic body perfectly, but it has a lot of width hidden in its pattern. I don't have a peer body yet, but the owner of the outfit shared the pictures and it fits very well. The sleeves are a bit too long, but it's a compromise because when the garment stretches, it's still some of its length. The outfit also contains a pair of socks and cute little bunny which I crocheted from leftovers. I love how this outfit turned out and it took a lot of time and effort to knit it. The perfect fit of this dress has a few secrets. The first is 2 by 2 rib stitch pattern, which makes it so stretchy. Coffee with milk and mint syrup was knitted without it. So here you can see these bubbles on the back. So it's nice only to hide the stand inside of it. But I would rather make a hole for it. There are different reasons why this happens and pattern is one of them. And to see how pattern affects fitting, I decided to knit this green Arans sweater, which fits classic bodies just perfectly. It was knitted for Relentless, but it looks nice on Legion as well. Yet Legion has a standard size boost and Relentless has medium size boost. So for the ideal fit, here darts are required. Yet it's another story. So Aran sweater fits much better for classic bodies, but for peer bodies I need to calculate new patterns because peer bodies are much wider. And as I said before, all of this extra width is hidden in T-Rose Heart's outfit in 2x2 rib stitch pattern, and that makes it fit better for classic bodies, but also it has a slightly longer back because I have knitted a couple of short rows to rise the neck. What I do not like about this dress is the shape of the collar because it's a bit square when the coffee with milk and mint syrup has a round collar. As I made these creases around the neck evenly to pass to the 1x1 rib knit stitch, so the collar looks here a way better. I already had seen this square shape collar in works of other knitters, and I think the main reason why this happens is because the decreases and increases are made in raglan. If I change the way of how increases and decreases are made, it will affect the entire look, but it's a challenge for new projects. Okay, as I said before, Relentless came just before the Christmas, and it was logical that I decided to knit for her a Christmas outfit. That's how the Chocolate Santa's outfit was born. And it's another very challenging project of mine. When I was knitting this dress, I didn't know how to knit the false back stitch of the collar. I tried to imitate it and it didn't work at all. Also, I used the ring for knitting jacquard for the first time and messed up the tension of the thread at the armpits. The fabric is not looking good at the back either. I still think it can be fixed and maybe I will do it someday. Another failure is imitation of the spiral white and red candy, which I tried to put on the sleeves and around Santa. Actually, it worked out nicely. I gained the look I wanted, but it creates over tension in this area and Santa pops up in a bubble. Also, it prevents collar from stretching, and that's why I can't pull out the sweater off the shoulder as it's supposed to be. Actually, I learned how to knit false back stitch when I was knitting Aran sweater, and I love it a lot, but the collar I think is too tight and the sleeves can be longer because when the doll folds the hand it shows the wrist ball joint and I don't really like it. That's why I made the sleeves of the T-Rose Hearts dress longer because I think it looks better. Speaking about socks, I used the same pattern as I used to knit these stockings and also the same technology by dividing the thread so it has very tiny stitches. Knitting the single stocking takes about 4 days, which is quite long. I didn't want to recalculate the pattern and thought it will be faster to knit these socks, but it not because of the spirals in the pattern and it took huge amount of time to knit each sock, about 3 days. For example, these mint socks took about 1 day each because they have the bigger stitches and the pattern is simpler and faster to knit. And the last knitted garment of the season was this Irregular Hem Dress knitted remake, which I was knitting by the measurements provided by a friend. Here is the second try because the first had wrong measurements and I had to invent new ways of knitting this to gain the right shape. This was a very hard project for me because it took a huge amount of time to knit this dress, mostly because of my own mistakes. I had to check the photos more oftenly to get the hemline right. And I had to reknit it like 5 times just to achieve this goal. And it's kind of more than 1 meter wide, and it takes huge amount of time to reknit it. So I was extremely happy when I finished it by the first March.
That's it for now. For next season, I have many other plans like knitting, some Celtic patterns, Norwegian jacquard, bedwing sweaters, and many others. So make sure to subscribe to stay tuned. Bye bye.